Right, and that's a good point because we do know that the Chinese are using Cuba as a base for spying in the United States. Obviously, we know that Russia still has a huge influence over Cuba. You know, we always run into the same problems in these countries as we've seen with Iran, that because the people do not have weapons, they are unable to really overthrow their governments. So they're very limited as to what they can do in their countries. And so that always raises a situation of, well, is the U.S. going to be involved in regime change? Which I know that at least, especially when working with President Trump in the first term, he was definitely didn't not want to move to regime change in many of these countries, including Iran or Cuba, basically. So I think that that's a big question that's lingering, which is what is going to be viewed as success. We know that President Trump in Iran has met and achieved the military objectives in terms of ensuring that Iran could not build a nuclear weapon, that their ballistic missile production basically is also has been destroyed by the U.S. military. And I think that the question will be then, how do we proceed in terms of reopening the Strait of Hormuz? But I think that's going to be a negotiation where Iran may have to give up uranium, which is what they're trying very hard not to do. I think in Cuba, it's going to be more of a see what they're willing to negotiate. I think for the Cubans, they want to they would prefer not to have economic embargo, as we've seen that's been in place for a very long time. But you would have to see significant changes within the government regime in order to really make that change with the relationship between the U.S. and Cuba.